welcome back. So on the last video we talked a little bit about this little S10. It's kind of here for us to figure out what's going on with the fuel system. And with further, initial thought was we was going to add a pressure sensor at the regulator and then tie it into the Holley sniper system. But this particular sniper system doesn't have the ability to accept any more inputs. So we're going to improvise. So what we've done is we've got our GoPro set up here with a light that's going to record the fuel pressure gauge that's external, the mechanical gauge. And we're going to have that playing on another phone inside the car while we go drive it. So we're going to go drive it. It runs pretty decent at part throttle, light throttle. It's when you get on it, try to, like you're playing around, having a good time, it just falls on its face. So this is the next best alternative for what we have to record the fuel pressure, and then that'll give us an idea of where we're going. We're hoping that the fuel pressure falls off, and that'll give us a better idea of what we're doing here. If the fuel pressure stays good and it's still doing it, then there's going to be some other issues to deal with. So we're fixing to turn all this on, get in it, and we're going to go around the section line and just see what it does.
This is our setup. It's previewing it like that, and we'll record it off the GoPro too.
Yeah, so what did you say it's reading, about 55?
Yeah, it looks like about 55.
And we're going to be stuck in some of the school traffic here.
Hopefully not.
Oh, there's not enough damn gas in it.
Got a really cool gauge. I love that gauge.
Saying empty.
It could be wrong.
Yeah, but it could not be wrong too.
Could also not be wrong. Could also not be wrong.
I mean, that may be part of the problem. It may just be running out of gas.
I'm sure Mullins checked that. Yeah, positive.
I mean, I'm giving it. I don't like the throttle on it, that's for sure.
Hard to record. It didn't seem to move.
Let's go see what it's doing. Yeah, just so it's under a little bit more load. It's got a turbo 400 in it, so there's no passing gear on this one. It's never been hooked up. So you ready?
Yeah, as much as I can be.
Drop some.
Okay, kind of saw it a little bit.
Got down to about 40, didn't it?
Yeah.
20, 40, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it one more time and see what it does. You can see it actually doesn't show us while the GoPro's really recording, but you'll be able to hear it whenever he does it. And we'll input the GoPro's footage.
So it wasn't even in record mode yet.
Earlier, no, because I wanted to show it on camera.
Okay.
But whenever you do it, I'll input the GoPro's footage here.
Okay.
Another neighborhood. Just what we need.
Yeah.
I'm sure the wind's gonna be crazy.
Seems like it's got a miss.
Kinda, yeah, it does have a little bit of a miss. You can hear it a little, that the wind's probably in the way.
Stuttering.
That it almost kind of sounds like you're on a two-step a little bit.
Yeah. We'll pull it down into second gear and
See what it does.
see what it does under a hard load, and then after we shift, it stays low.
boggy there at the beginning. It did kind of almost seem to clear out once the load kind of went away and it was moving.
That's just kind of saying it doesn't have enough
Fuel.
Overall fuel.
Yeah.
After you shift gears, and it's lessening the load on it, I guess. The best way to put it.
It's not a rowdy motor, so it's not like it needs crazy injectors or anything.
No.
It's got something wrong. Yeah.
And
not enough.
And we don't know about the gauge fuel. If it's got enough, how much fuel's in it, because the gauge ain't working.
Well, if it was truly empty, it probably would have gone empty by now. Ran out of gas.
Definitely. But see, the pickup tube line is at the pickup.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to keep from getting ran over. The pickup line in the fuel tank is at the back of the tank. So under acceleration, it should be feeding that line.
Yeah.
But if it's low on fuel, it could be wanting to. There's not enough for it to keep the fuel injection system under enough pressure, because it's got a return on it also. In a situation like this, you can do this on a carburetor or any vehicle. Just, you would have to have a way to hold a camera in front of a mechanical gauge, or plumb in a mechanical gauge to the inside of the car where you can physically watch it. This was the easiest way for us because we're actually watching the gauge that's in the fuel system under the hood. So we'll get back, download all the footage, and get with Malden and see what he thinks. But that's more or less what I think it is not enough fuel pump. I mean, it didn't take 5 pounds on a fuel injection system. Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
As we showed you earlier in the video, we had our homemade recording studio going on under the hood, and the fuel pressure was dropping down to, what was it, close to 40 psi, and it needs to be maintained at 60 for the fuel injection is what we would like to have. Shouldn't drop any at all. So we're going to visit with the customer, and he's on a budget, so we're going to let them we're going to suggest what we would do, and then he's going to probably take it and make those changes himself. But it needs a larger fuel pump. It shouldn't be dropping in fuel pressure. It needs to be maintained at roughly 60 without dropping, and this is dropping almost, 15 pounds. So we'll be calling the customer, telling him that we've done everything we can do without going into physical labor. So we'll go over all that stuff with him. That's where we're going to finish off on the S10. And over here we got the Torino, getting ready to get back on it. And what we're going to do on the Torino is, now that the body's upside down, we're going to be making a 2-piece fiberglass headliner. And when I say 2-piece, it's just going to have a seam in it, roughly over right above the roll cage bar. And I'll be filling this in with a small layer of foam padding that'll be flush with this, just to give a nice continuous curve. The perimeter, we'll be taking some poster board, some chipboard actually, and I'll be lightly gluing it to where it just kind of blends into that foam all the way around, so that we get rid of all these inconsistencies. And then we'll fiberglass with some sheet fiberglass over the whole system and make us a full piece headliner. So we'll do the back section and the front section both with the foam. Then there are a few trim pieces that will go on the A-pillars, a couple pieces that go back here around the window opening and around the back glass. And then we'll probably make some of our own side trim that will help hold the headliner in and look like a factory piece. So that's kind of where we are on the Torino, getting started back on that at the moment. And that's all we were going to talk about, really, wasn't it? So yeah, so I want to thank y'all for watching, supporting our channel. If you have any friends out there that are into cars, tell them about Saxy Rod Shop. Get them to subscribe, like the videos. And also, if y'all have questions about any of the projects that are going on, need help with something, anything AC, if you're trying to do some AC or wiring or any of that kind of stuff, don't hesitate to give us a call. We'll help any way we can. So I want to thank y'all, like and subscribe, and continue supporting the channel. Thank you.